Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Good morning. Welcome to 30 minutes of my day. I have a whole bunch of stuff on my desk to get done today. It's post office day. So I do have to get a journal winging its way to its new home. So it's ready to go. I just have to take it to the post office. Our post office does apparently have a pickup option, but you know what? I go once a week, so I can go get out of the house. Anyhow, look at this. Isn't this pretty? This is one of my next projects, and I'm actually going to do an experiment today. So we can all figure out today together whether this is going to work or not. Hold on, I gotta go get my papers. The signatures for Frida are ready. Where are you, Frida? Come on over, Frida. So there's Frida. Fractures. Where are you, Frida? Come on out. So coming along, so pretty. Hold on, I'm gonna go get my papers. They're over here on the other side of my big new room. I'm so happy with it. Okay, papers. Come here, papers. Come on out and play. So, I think I've mostly got my papers figured out, but I got some really interesting papers in my Happy Mail from Dave the other day, and I do think I want to switch out a few and put a little dash of Dave into my Sunnyside journal. So I will be figuring that out today. I have the fabric ready to sew that onto, and then this will go in. Comme ça. And I like this. You know what? This is making it difficult for you to see what I'm talking about. There, is that better? I like that I've got lots and lots of room. So, because I don't have an envelope in here yet, I'd like to put at least one envelope. If not, this is a big book. It wouldn't hurt to have a couple of envelopes in here. I want to add some lace to it. That will bulk up this side of the book. I'd like to add some sewing to it. That, believe it or not, even just those threads from a sewing machine will bulk up a book. So when I see that at this stage of the game, I'm really happy. Let's see. Right now, where's some room here? Right now, there are 11 signatures. Now, there's 6 spreads, so 12, 24. So 11 times 24. So 24, 240, 264 pages so far. Now, I think a big bruiser like this can handle more pages like that, just from experience. I forget how big. Oh yeah, 2.5 inches. This can handle more than that. You can do it, Frida. You are a woman. All right, I am going to put this aside because I started on another little journal yesterday afternoon. I actually even started recording. And then I dashed over to my daughter's house. My son-in-law cut me some masonite boards because I want to experiment with creating some of my own book covers from scratch. I have some really pretty fabrics and such. So I went to my Home Depot and I bought a sheet of masonite, and then my talented son-in-law, who's got all the equipment to do this, sliced them all up for me into a good size. So I dashed out the door, and I'd only got about 5 minutes into recording anyhow. But here's the funny thing. So I have two phones. One is dead. This is my actual phone that can make and receive phone calls. But this one is only an A50. I had an S9 Plus. Many of you know I smashed the screen, and I was worried that that could suddenly affect my ability to use the phone at an inopportune moment. And I am my mother's next of kin, power of attorney, that whole thing. So if she had a medical emergency, they need to be able to call me and get permission to do things. And I was really worried with my S9 Plus with the shattered screen. Although it was working, I was worried it might not work. Anyhow, long story short, as you know, the S9 Plus, which is right here, has a better camera in it than the A50. So, and the camera is on the other side of the phone. So I still use my S9 Plus to record my my videos. Well, I wasn't thinking, because when my daughter messaged me and said, "Hey, we're home. Do you want to bring that wood over for Chris to saw?" Well, it's just one letter off. And I said, yes, I'll be right there. Well, I grabbed my S9 Plus, which doesn't have, it's not a functioning phone. And out the door I went. Well, as you know, when I am doing, let's view my timers. There we go. When I am working on a video, I start my timer, because I don't like when my phone cuts me off mid-sentence and I don't get to say goodbye to you and thank you very much for watching. Anyhow, so I dash out the door. I'm bringing the wrong phone with me because it doesn't even work. Like, I know I could phone 911 on it if I needed to. I left this one downstairs, and my husband was home. Well, I go over there. We have a lovely visit. I see some of the grandchildren. She's got a big family. And from a distance, I was 6 feet away, and we were outside the whole time. Because my son-in-law has his wood shop in his garage, so he can just open the door and we're all distance. Anyhow, I get everything sawed. I have a lovely visit. I come home, and this thing is going off, and my husband yells, "How do I shut that blankety blank thing off?" It had been going the whole time I was gone. Poor man. And you know what? He still loves me. So anyhow, I have this. I started in that 10 minutes that I was taping yesterday. I started on this book. And it's an old arithmetic book. It's you can barely read it, but on the spine it says Hamilton's Primary Arithmetic. So it was an arithmetic book. And obviously Gervais Remillard in grade 4 used it, and so did Janet Watson. But for some reason, somebody put this sticker over top that says "over the top chocolate mocha," and then someone else tried to rip it off, and it's on there for the, till you know what I mean, till the apocalypse. It looks like there was another one here, and they were able to get most of it off. You got the I love that it says "without answers." So this just needs to be a journal. So I got started on it, and I simply cut it in half for now, because the spine was, it wasn't pretty enough. Sorry, book, but it wasn't pretty enough to save. And I want to put a bigger spine on it. I want about a 2-inch spine. I want to make this a chunky monkey. So even though the covers aren't that big, how big are you? You are 7¼ by 5. So just a little guy. I got let's take this out now. I did the spines. I curved the spines yesterday. And you've seen me curve spines before. This is my rolling pin. And it does a great job. I just took the handles off of it and it, come on. This is pantyhose. But pantyhose also does a great job. There we go. All right, let's pull you out. There. I'll put you aside till the next time. Oh, jeepers. I'm throwing things at myself. All right, so we got a lovely, lovely curved spine now. That's beautiful. Yeah, I really do forget how big I made it, I think, and I'll never know now. I think it was 2 inches. So that's going to be nice. That's a better size. That's going to be nice. Look at that. Cute. Love it. Okay, so, but I decided on this fabric to cover the spine. I'm limited in my fabrics. I still haven't been able to completely replenish what was used up to make face masks this past winter. But I have this. This was on the clearance table at a fabric store out in Coburg. And I figured that was as close as I'm going to get to thrifted. It was, I don't know why it was on the clearance table, because that's pretty. And I like that it's, although it's, you know, quite busy. I forget what this kind of pattern is called. I'm sure you're all screaming at my screen right now. What this kind of pattern is called. It's in my brain, and my brain can't retrieve it right now. So, I think I want to use it, but I don't like how light this light part of it is. So I want to darken that a bit, but I don't want to use tea dye or coffee dye, because I also want to stiffen this up a bit. And I'm going to do an experiment, and I'm going to try and add a little bit of paint to some Mod Podge. Hold on, I gotta go get my paint. I can see it up here. I'm still... Which one is this? Burnt umber. That'll do, burnt umber. Oh wait, no, maybe I want like a caramelly color. Or maybe a little bit of both. Maybe I'll mix. I'm slowly starting to find the new homes for everything that's in my studio here. So I'm just going to use Mod Podge. I love these little bottles of Mod Podge. You can get them at our up here in Canada at our Dollar Tree. I do have the big fat jar of it, and what I'll often do is refill these bottles so I can just keep a little bottle beside me. Oh, hi, Dot. Oh, my little studio dog decided to come and join me. You woke up, did you? Well, good morning. All right. Let's see if we can show you Dot. Say hi, Dot. Hi. Yes, I use my silly baby voice when I talk to my dog, but don't all pet owners do that? Sorry for making you nauseated. All right, so first I need to get the fabric to the size, and I want this pattern going in the correct direction. This is I like this direction better than this direction for the spine. See what I mean? That makes more sense to me. So I guess I want it down to about here. I'm just going to rip. It's going to give me a big chunk, but I will put the rest, I'll fold this up and put this back into my fabric bin, and I'll keep the smaller piece in my little offcuts bin that I keep behind my desk here. So let me just get this out of the way. I can fold it later. All right, so I'm going to, let's see how much I'm going to need. I'd rather give myself more than not enough, because think about it, I'm going to have to cut an edge. So, yeah. And then I think I'm going to play around with possibly, this part's hard for me to resist. I love fraying threads on fabric, torn fabric. I just love fraying the threads, pulling them out and doing that. I can't resist it. All right. Oh, let's get you out of the way again. So, gosh, I love, isn't that beautiful? I did do a video on it. It's 2 pieces of cardstock glued together using Fabri-Tac. And then before it starts drying, so while it's wet and you can literally feel it's cold, that's when I wrap it around the doweling and I leave it overnight, and it dries in the new shape, and it's tough as nails and it's lovely. I have several different sizes of, besides my rolling pin, I have some doweling of other sizes. So depending on how big and how either gentle or intense I want the curve, I can do that. So it's easy peasy. All right, so I want to do a bit more, because I'm thinking about maybe covering the corners as well. So, and I'd like that to be an option. So let's just do another piece. Okay, now I need some wax paper so that I don't mess up my desk. So that's why I want to get started on this now, and I thought I'd bring you along for this because I can't bring you along to the post office. Today's Friday for me, and it's overcast, so I apologize once again. All week we've had pretty well overcast days, and I've had to have my overhead lamps going. Now, paintbrush. Oh, there you go. Right, and maybe a bigger paintbrush just in case. Yeah, so today is Friday, but you'll be seeing this on Saturday. Is this one opened yet? Oh, it must be. There's paint on the lid. Okay, so I'm going to mix a little. I guess we'll see. I might lose this fabric if it, come on. I just want to give it a hint. I just want to tone that down just a teensy bit more. Now this one's new. Paints are one of those things I don't mind buying brand new, because usually leftover paints at a thrift store are dried up, and they're one of those things that it's usually not a successful resale. There we go. You're kind of mucky, and we go. All right, where are you? See, I already think that's way too much. I don't want to water down the Mod Podge too much. That's way too dark. Mind you, once it's diluted into... All right, hold on. I need another... Where's another disc? Where's another? You'll work. You'll work. All right. I want to make sure I make enough. All right. Yes, this is a knitting needle. Oh, see, I even think I might have put too much in that. Oh well, rather have too much than too little. No, maybe not. That's lightening up. Well, it's all an experiment, right? You know what? Let's see, just down here. Yeah, maybe I do want it a bit darker. See, I like the... I hope this is showing up. I moved my camera so that Dot could say hi. No, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, I think I do want... Oh, Catherine, don't mix with your brush. When you mix with your brush, it will force either your paints or your Mod Podge down into this area of your brush. Makes it harder to clean it out, and your brushes won't last as long. So always mix with something else. Don't mix with your brush, and your brushes will last longer, because then it's easier to try and keep the paint out of the ends of those bristles. There we go. Anytime you paint, even when you're painting walls and that, try and keep your paint just to those tips. All right, let's do that. I don't mind if it's not thoroughly mixed, because this is a busy pattern. We'll see. So what this also does is makes your fabric a little stiffer. It also, it will stop the, because the Mod Podge is a glue, it will stop your threads from fraying, the part that I love, the part that I enjoy playing with. It actually stops that, so it makes it easier to cut it into the shape and size you want, because it'll hold that shape and size rather than a floppy piece of fabric. Well, that's looking a little pinky, but I can still play with it. So we'll see. They always dry a little differently, right? Because Mod Podge, at first it goes on opaque, and then it not only dries clear, but it usually will make the colors underneath actually richer and nicer. It's like magic. All right, there we go. we'll see. Lay down. Lay down. We'll see. I'm wondering now whether I should have just used the burnt umber. Oh well. Where is... Okay. Put you over here so you can go dry. Lie down. Here's the big one. Let's get all these threads off while I still can. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, I just love doing it. All right. All right. Yeah, I hope I've got enough. I'm going to do work from the center out in case I don't have enough. It's been cooler where I am lately. As you can tell, I've got long sleeves on, which I love. Bring on the autumn. I love autumn. My favorite time of year. For me, that just means I get out my nice warm cinnamony Scentsy cubes. Get those going. And I just love that. And it also means that it's soup season. I just start making soups. I swear I make the world's best tomato soup. And I didn't used to like tomato soup till I had homemade, until I tweaked my own recipe, and now I love tomato soup. So it's been really nice for sleeping at night. Windows open, fresh air. Oh, I love that. You know what another thing I find about, my mind's wandering here, about the tiny little bottles of Mod Podge that you can get over at Dollar Tree is I find I don't use Mod Podge often enough when I buy the big jars, and that's when you start getting those, the surface will start drying and then it gets blended back into the Mod Podge and you get those lumps and clumps and it doesn't stay smooth and clear. So that when you start with a fresh bottle every few times that you're using Mod Podge, you don't get all those icky lumpy fibers there. So I'm not worried about these edges because I'm going to be slicing this down to the size that I'm going to want it to be. Not worried about it. But I am hoping, right now, looking at this, I don't like the color. So I'm hoping this gets better. Hoping my experiment gets better. All right, I am going to go wash these things. So I'm going to pause you for a second because I don't plan on doing any more of this sort of stuff. Lay down. So hold on. Oh, wait, I'm at 29 minutes. Rats. You know what? I might as well say goodbye here. Yeah. Hopefully maybe tomorrow I'll turn on the camera again and you can, or I'll take a photo and I'll show it on, okay, that's not bad, on Instagram so you can see how my experiment turned out. Oh, did I just drag that through there? Oh my goodness. Oh, Catherine. All right. You know what? Take care, everyone. I hope you're healthy and safe. And yeah, there goes the alarm. Bye.